It's a bear, but a dog. It's a bear dog. You know what I'm saying? Honestly, this is probably one of the most. But yeah, I mean, its size is comparable to like a large grizzly or even a dire wolf.
You know,
It's
the
about
newly brought back to life dire wolf.
yeah, that's terrifying, by the way. How the hell is this thing supposed to be that big and like sneak up on somebody?
Right.
Like lions use grass and stuff, right? And they get real low to the ground. This thing walking with a goddamn pimp walking. And before we continue, I do need to let people know when I say I got that dog in me, I'm talking about this.
You talking about he got that bear dog.
Welcome to your weekly dose of weird, the haunted, and the hidden. This is Hypothetically Sound with Alek and Randy.
Welcome back to Hypothetically Sound. We hope you are having a great day. As always, I am one of your hosts, Randy, joined by the other host, Alek.
What's up?
And we are back with another Cryptid Hunter episode. And this time, Alek, we are looking at the BearDogs.
BearDog.
BearDogs. Honestly, would it be a great team name? BearDogs.
Yeah, BearDogs. All right,
What do
bro.
you
I need
know?
you to cut that out. I don't need them to know I'm barking. That's weird.
Nah,
All
that's
right.
for the ladies.
Oh no. I'm nervous.
What do you know about the BearDogs?
Bro. It's a bear, but a dog. It's a bear dog. You know what I'm saying? Honestly, this is probably one of the most realistic cryptids.
Yeah, because it is an actual creature. Or it's closely related to an actual extinct creature. The amphibian, big word. Not gonna lie, did not know the word before this episode, but they are an extinct bear dog that was from California. And people found, I don't know, there's a bunch of different lore that we'll get into around this creature, but that's what it's closely linked to, is this extinct dog. Bear dog.
Dog is a nice term for it. It's more like a wolf, but imagine like the biggest wolf that we know of, but bigger, right?
Yeah.
Hence the name bear. But yeah, I mean, its size is comparable to like a large grizzly or even a dire wolf.
You know, the newly brought back to life dire wolf.
Yeah, that's terrifying, by the way. We have a series of movies talking about why doing that is not a good idea.
But we also have a TV show that says, ooh, dire wolves are cool pets.
Yes, but we have multiple movies, and that TV show ended shitty too. So, like, at what point do these scientists look and go like, I mean, it's a good idea. I mean, it's cool overall. It's cool that like we can do that, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
But should we play God like that? Probably not, right? No. Again, there's a whole series of movies that like the first Jurassic Park is pretty scientifically accurate.
Yeah.
In terms of like when they talk about what they did to create the dinosaur. And it also explains why these dinosaurs somewhat evolved, because using DNA of another creature, specifically the frog, I believe they used in the movie, caused this evolution for the change, because you don't know how the DNA is going to react with the older DNA, right?
Mm-hmm. With already evolving DNA naturally.
Yeah. So with the dire wolves coming back, I didn't look into it. I was just like, oh, that's a bad idea, and then just kept scrolling because I am brain rotted from watching TikTok. And
from what I remember is they didn't bring dire wolves back. It has like one gene that makes it dire wolf-ish. Like nothing about it is really a dire wolf. Like they're saying these things that are like, oh, look at this howl, look at this. We haven't seen this in blah blah years. And when like the person I've watched that broke it down was like, it's really not a dire wolf. They added a gene sequence that is closer to a dire wolf, but we're still fall off. It's cool, whatever. But yeah, let's stop. Let's stop here. Cool, you made a discovery. Let's stop here.
Yeah. I mean, that makes sense. It's unfortunate that the dog's going to be one of those kids that have high expectations, and people are like, "Wow, you're really, bright for your age," and then he sizzles out by the time he's a teen. Anyways, to continue on, yeah, this bear dog is about 5 to 8 feet long, 3 to 4 foot tall at the shoulder,
Yeah.
which is again much bigger than the largest wolf that we know.
Mm-hmm.
It's muscular body, burly. It's built like a bear, hence the bear part of the dog, right? With dog-like features.
I think it like usually we wait to like how it goes into pop culture. I think like the bear dog is really close to what they have in the very first Hunger Games movie when they turn all the dead competitors into like these mutant dogs. That's what when I see the pictures of what they believe a bear dog looks like compared to what she describes in her books and what they put in the movie. Very similar creatures. So I think that definitely influenced her uh when she wrote the books.
Right. That's fair.
Yeah, the big muscular, like look like they bench 900 pounds, only do arm and back days. They have thick, dark fur, very similar to bears. Obviously, that's where the bear part comes in. They were usually brown or black or reddish, closer to like a grizzly looking creature.
Yeah. They have longer front limbs, allegedly.
Allegedly.
And because of that, they got this like unbalanced, lumbering gait,
Mm-hmm.
Their head's weird because it's like wider, so it's more like it's a mix between a bear and a dog. I hate saying that over and over, but because the snout's longer, dog snout, and a wide ass head like a bear.
I guess like in the lores, in the cryptids and everything, mistaken for werewolves pretty often, or hybrids. So there's that could also play into the lore of werewolves. Like people talked about the bear dog, and then it led to werewolves and the hybrid werewolves that are half vampire, half werewolf.
It's also on record that their eyes glow or are highly reflective in low light. So, when you're out at night, the flashlight flashing, trying to figure out what that noise was, and you see like the reflective eyes.
Which is the least surprising thing about it, because yes, if you're ever outside at night with your dog and you flash a light or a camera, you're gonna see the reflective lights in your dog's eye, which is creepy. But and their behavior, and like all of this is speculative. Obviously, we don't know. It's a cryptid, even on the creature they're very tied closely to. We don't know too much about them, but the guess is they were often solo, or they really didn't run in a pack like dogs normally do. They're much more like bears, who are 1, 2-ish at most. For being so big and burly, they were slow. And so a lot of theories are that they were very quiet and very kind of like a lion when it's hunting. They're able to sneak up on their prey and just overpower instead of chasing down.
Yeah, that'd be fucking terrifying. I'm not gonna lie. How the hell is this thing supposed to be that big and like sneak up on somebody?
Right.
Like lions use grass and stuff, right?
Mhm.
And they get real low to the ground. This thing walking with a goddamn pimp walking, keep getting real close, real slow and shit. How are you not seeing this? You know what I'm saying?
Taps you on your shoulder. Hey, what up, bro?
Keeping that pimp hand strong. I don't know if any of y'all seen Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey, but that's the same kind of pimp slap he got.
Apparently their howl and growl was incredibly terrifying. Think of like a engine roaring is what a lot of people associate with it. It's just very loud, very intense noise.
And before we continue, I do need to let people know when I say I got that dog in me, I'm talking about this.
You talking about he got that bear dog.
Anyways.
And so obviously this is a very fun topic for cryptic researchers, because they're able to compare the stories that people are giving with actual like scientifically proven things that we know about its close relative. And so a lot of cryptids, like cryptid researchers, do spend a lot of time on bear dogs. While they're not the most popular known cryptid, I think a lot of, as we've already covered a bunch, a lot of things are inspired by the bear dog.
Yeah. I also think like maybe this isn't as popular of a cryptid because it is just a big wolf, I guess,
Yeah.
with like oversized back legs.
Hmm.
Like I don't know, maybe not the most exciting one, but it's very interesting to know that this is again potentially one of the most like credible ones.
And like believers of the bear dog uh believe that the reason they're not so commonly seen is that they moved from where uh like I said earlier, they're originally from the California region. Apparently a lot of people believe they moved to like the Appalachian Mountains. They migrated north towards Canada and Alaska, places that are wide open, that have a lot of forestry, that have a lot of places for the bear dog to stay. Since it's a solo creature, it can hide in the woods by itself. It probably hibernates just like a bear, and so it's easy for it to be hidden for a lot of the months out of the year.
Hmm.
But there's also other connections with the bear dog that aren't just cryptid. There is Native American legends around the bear dog. Some tribes have legends of these massive spirit canines or shapeshifters that resembled bear dogs. And so that was a big thing that a lot of cryptid researchers like digging into, because again, it goes back to having ample things to research. And so
Hmm.
being able to go back to the creatures, go back to the Native American lore, which spans before America, like there's a lot of stuff that you can do while researching the bear dog.
Yeah, dude. Speaking of like the Native American legends, I'm gonna mispronounce this, but it's like the Wahila, which is the name of a gigantic wolf-like beast that has been has been used in Native American legends from around the area of the words are hard today. The Appalachian Mountains, right?
Hmm.
And this creature has been described as being like a wolf but larger with a heavier build, so it kind of fits.
Hmm.
Is they've been given it like supernatural powers and is said to be responsible for many mysterious deaths that have occurred in the valley in the area, which is called the Headless Valley,
Oh,
because the people who died there mysteriously all had their heads missing.
oh,
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. I think that's pretty cool.
and what's also cool about the bear dog is apparently, reportedly, one was shot and taxidermied in the 1800s, and then it was later displayed and studied in the 2000s. But the DNA results apparently are unclear. Not surprising for a taxidermy creature from 20 years ago.
Hmm.
Uh, but it's still cool that it was displayed at some point. I don't know if it's still displayed anywhere, or most likely because humans, it's probably in someone's attic, to be honest, at this point. And as we said, they are commonly seen now, not commonly seen, but most reported sightings happen in Canada, in Alaska, in our home state of Minnesota, in the northern part of Minnesota. So they're definitely north. They seem to like the winter, the cold, being able to thrive in that. Uh, Obviously, it's a bear, it's a dog, husky, big, so can survive in the snow.
Again, like with any cryptid that we do, there are skeptic explanations, right? Like people just seeing bears.
Yeah, large
Maybe
dog.
they're injured, or yeah, large dogs or wolves, escaped exotic pets like human centipede or something. You know, that's crazy. Uh, that's crazy. Yeah, pretty much. It could be injured bear walking on his hind legs, and someone's like, "Oh shit, I've never seen that before. Holy fuck,
Yeah,
man, bear, pig." Things like that.
I
You know?
really don't think people probably have a picture of what a bear looks like in their mind, and then when they actually see a black bear or a grizzly in person, it's not what they expect.
Yeah.
You're thinking this giant, like husky uh creature. A black bear looks like a 7 foot tall man. Like it's not very like husky or fat. It's pretty skinny looking when it stands up, and like it could easily be misinterpreted as a large like overly large dog, especially if it's a younger bear. I don't know
Possible.
how many.
I know what bears look like, so I don't think will ever mistake a bear for a dog unless it's like a low light condition. But yeah,
That's why I said a large dog.
that's fair. That's fair.
Or a large wolf. Because I honestly don't think people on like I said, they have ideas in their head from pictures they've seen, but they're completely different in person.
Mm-hmm.
And I think most people in that heightened situation, like their brain defaults to what they think it's supposed to look like, and then it changes what they're actually seeing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I also think like if someone sees it and is confused what they're seeing, they don't want to sound fucking crazy and be like, I saw Bigfoot in the woods, right? So they just probably mix up some of these legends, like, you know, Dogman, Bigfoot, whatever, and make their own creature, and it just catches on. Like, oh yeah, I once saw while hunting this fucking bear dog walking down the path. I've never been hunting, bro. I don't know what the fuck they do. I'll be honest with you. I just know that some of them like put piss on themselves to hide. Like, sorry, deer scent.
And it begs the question, Alec. If you were the original person that saw this in 1800s, you're walking around and you see a wolf that's the size of the bear, what would you actually call it? Would you go bear dog, or would
I would never talk about it?
You would never talk about it?
Yeah, I'll never talk about it. I see that shit, I'm just leaving.
Okay, people at home, for real. If you see a creature that's giant, looks like a bear, kind of like a wolf, what would you call it? Leave comments and tell us what you would call it.
Low key, it'd probably just be like a fat ass wolf. Like, bro, I just saw the biggest wolf in my life. Like, if I think it looks more like a wolf, I'd be like, damn, that's a fat ass wolf. That's scary. And then I would leave because that's a big ass wolf. I don't want to fuck with it. Like, no, because I would also assume it has like a pack. You know?
No, yeah, you would assume seeing it like that it's a dog, a bear. There's more of them around, maybe a cub.
Yeah, I wouldn't mess with it.
Not fair. And then there's always people who link bear dog with dog man. Both creatures are very interchangeable in people's mind. While the bear dog gets confused for a werewolf sometimes, or just a big bear or a big wolf, the dog man actually looks like a werewolf. Like if you look at up the pictures, it looks like any kind of werewolf that is used in popular media today. And I think that's the issue. I think these are all the same creatures: dog man, bear dog, Bigfoot, and just people are like, well, I saw this one in this area, so it has to be this name because I want to name it.
That's fair. It's very fair. Do you think like a prehistoric creature like this could have survived this long?
Oh yeah. I think there's still like a lot of.
Can I rephrase that?
Yeah.
Do you think a prehistoric creature like this could survive? Like this predator could survive without evolving to an extent like crocodiles or
no
sharks, or even like, I guess sharks didn't really evolve; they got smaller, right? But like crocodiles, maybe even chickens, for fuck's sakes, right? Like,
no, I think bear dogs to stay alive would have to evolve smaller.
Yeah, and a little bit quicker, right?
Yeah, at the end of the day, they would become one or the other. You either stay that size and become more bear-like, and you start mating with other bears, and then you just like a new offshoot of bear, or you shrink down and you become a large wolf or a large dog.
Congratulations, you just cracked the code on how polar bears came to existence. Crazy. Good job.
But yeah, no, they would definitely have to evolve because, like, the reports are they weren't very quick, so you're going to get outran by smaller prey. And then as the world starts evolving around you, if you're staying that size and you're slow, you're going to die to hunters.
Right.
Anything else?
No, I don't think there's anything else on the bear dog. Honestly, I think we covered it pretty good. I mean, it's just a large bear dog, you know.
Yeah.
the end of the day, it's one of the more tame type of cryptids, you know. And there's big dog breeds, like you got mastiffs and stuff. You know what I'm saying? So it's probably just like a big old mastiff,
right? Just a dog that got loose, run away, or just a wild dog.
True.
Okay, Alek. I thought we did good. I thought it was a fun, interesting episode on the BearDog.
BearDog.
And it is that time of the episode where we do What Did I Just See?
Okay.
You ready?
Yep.
This one is in the Cryptic subreddit. It is titled, What Did Me and My Friends Experience in the Woods?
Okay.
Okay, like, I don't care at all if anyone doesn't believe this. Even if you think I'm full of shit, like, please tell me at least what this sounds like. Me and my friend are in Ireland. We snuck out of my house at, like, I say around 1:40. I know we got to woods at 47 Pass. We thought it would be, like, a chill spot to hang out. It was creepy, but, like, in an exciting way. So we go to a campfire, which we didn't decide to use because we didn't have anything to start it. And it was really wet out. My friend goes to piss, and to be honest, I don't even fully remember everything I heard. I know I messaged my friend like, oh, we are here in these woods, and I'm low-key tweaking because I keep thinking I'm hearing twigs snapping, but I reckon it's just raindrops from the trees. But when my friend hit back, I asked him to stop fucking with me, even though this happened around an hour ago, maybe an hour and a half ago, and I'm still like, I was pretty anxious, so I don't remember certain parts fully. My friend has messed with me when we explore places when it's dark outside. When I looked away from my friend, I heard like deep breathing. I don't know how to explain it, but even though I thought it was him, it sounded like, even though it was coming from what sounded like right next to me where he was, it sounded disconnected. I was fully convinced he was messing with me. I hear a voice that, to be honest, sounds like some noise from a vape, a super loud one, but like a vape. And I'm okay. I know it's you because he has a vape. He says his vape is not like able to do that, and he is right. It's a super small vape. Then I look away and he's talking, and I hear it again while he's talking. So I tell him, "Oh, we need to go now." He is like, "Okay, we can leave," because apparently I'm in detail telling him I'm kind of freaked out. When leaving, we hear a sound. I really can't explain at all. It's like a anticlimactic, but not a good sound of any animal I've ever heard. And he says, "Oh shit, I heard that too." And we started looking out. You kind of hear it when run away. That's basically it. What the fuck did I hear?
Yeah, that's weird. I'm sure there's some Irish like folklore thing that kind of fits into that. Yeah. Honestly, I think like paranoia. Also, they might have been high. I don't believe they're not doing some sort of drug.
Yeah.
By the way, that band types, because goddamn, you reading it, I was having a stroke.
It was, and I read it like it is written.
Yeah, that was rough. I'm not gonna lie. So I'm just going to assume these people are on some sort of substance, and that it was just pure paranoia in the wind. So like he mentioned rain, right? So yeah, it has to be some weather evolving thing. If I'm going to be a speculative person, I don't know Irish folklore, but again, I bet that's like one of the big answers.
So I chose this one because I didn't read the story, but I went through the comments and saw what people were saying, and it related to our episode. The answer that a lot of people are going with, that seems to be the prevalent answer, is Dogman.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Apparently, Dogman just goes. Okay.
Apparently. Yeah, so the Dogman or the Black Dog apparently is a big
Irish thing
over in Ireland.
Okay.
So yeah, the story did not turn out to be great. I apologize to everybody who listened to that as I was reading. I'm like, I should probably just stop, but I was already too deep.
Damn. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. It's okay. It happens to the best of us.
That being said, I hope you guys enjoyed the episode, but now for the time that you guys really want at home, I know you crave it every single time you listen to this, we are talking about the shout out from Alek.
Hell yeah. Shout out to anyone who listened to that whole story and just didn't turn off the episode and made it to the end here, because holy fuck, man. Gee willikers, man, that was rough. I'm still thinking about how much I suffered.
You know, it's fair. I suffered. I suffered.
Yeah, I don't know how the hell you read that.
My hair was back, and then when I read the story, it dropped in front of my face, and it depressed my hair that bad. Like that story did a lot of things to me.
But with that, I believe that's the end of the episode, no?
But we thank you guys for listening. As always, make sure you go follow us on all the social media sites, Hypothetically Sound. If you were looking for prints or stickers or you just want to see Alek's art, go to freealek.com. And as always, we hope you have a great day.
Yeah, thank you.
Deuces.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to Hypothetically Sound. We hope you enjoyed the episode. All episodes can be found at hypotheticallysound.podbean.com, as well as on Apple, Spotify, and Pandora. For full unedited video versions of the podcast, please visit us at youtube.com/hypotheticallysound.